Hey, take me away. I wanna shout out, take me. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming out today at a little bit of a different time. I wanted to do it differently because I have so much to do tonight. I have so much to do tomorrow morning. I still haven't packed yet. I have a large trip that's going on. Uh, NFTs and why they are useful. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So NFTs are going to be the future. I've said it before. I'll say it again. And why am I saying it? I am saying it because we've seen, based on the thumbnail, NBA Top Shot. There's been a lot of the comments that I've seen on a lot of these videos claiming that Earth 2 is a scam, that Veve's a scam, Omi's a scam. They're all saying, hey, yeah, this is the quickest scam ever because NFTs aren't a thing. Can't wait until people realize that NFTs are nothing. Now, to their credit, anyone can make an NFT of a piece of cardboard. So, oh, it's an NFT, it's an NFT. Okay, just because an NFT doesn't give it value. It is what is behind the NFT. It is who's behind the NFT. It is what that NFT can do for you, for the artist, for everyone involved. Now, NBA Top Shot was one of the biggest ones on the scene at first, coming out last year when they had moments. And I remember all of these videos coming out claiming it was a scam, claiming that it was just a pump and dump, claiming it was just for flippers. And all of those people were saying that at first, but then they're like, okay, well, it's NBA Top Shot. It has the authorization of NBA to do that. So you have, okay, well, if you have the authorization of NBA, then clearly it's not a scam. A big major company like that isn't going to do their fans dirty, isn't going to do something like that. Now you could make the argument that because a really big sport is basketball, and basketball happens to be liked by young men, specifically minority or black men, that ESPN tends to lean to the left as far as how they report things, even though they're not really a reporting agency, they're a news agency. But that's the extent of it. They're not out to scam people. They cater to their audience a little bit, but that's it. And catering to their audience this is virtual collecting. Rate that for that $10 super chat saying Earth 2 is an ever-evolving NFT. I agree 100%, and I will get there. I will get to that, that ever evolving thing. Where a bunch of these people claim the scam is on Earth 2 is they claim that it's on the NFT. They claim that they're using old data, saying that okay, it's impossible to withdraw your money, whatever. Which again, going by Matt Lorian's video of 5 months ago at this point, again, is old data. But just back to the NFTs real quick. It started with NBA Top Shot. Nobody now is calling them a scam because they're not. And I've seen this before. A lot of you might have seen it if you've been in the crypto world with ICOs, the initial coin offerings. It takes a little while and still continued to this day for the market to be like, okay, this is probably a pretty good one. This is probably a pretty bad one. Like a lot of the meme coins, like Doge now has a little bit of validity because Elon Musk is getting involved supposedly, but again, Beeb, Elon Doge, all of these poop coins that are coming out pretty much have zero of anything to do with any legitimacy. You can make the argument that SafeMoon has a game that it's supposed to be connected with in the future. I don't see that happening right now, but then you have Barstool coming in and saying that they believe in it, so maybe the founder of Barstool has some clout with that. But it just takes time for the markets to recognize which is real and which is not. Now, Earthium, After Earth, Meta Earth, all these guys, I have zero idea what their founders' intentions are. Vpart, all these guys. But they came after Earth 2, and Earth 2 is kind of the first one to do this ambitious project. Everyone else is kind of just riding the coattails. But if any one of those were a scam, I wouldn't be surprised, just because they're taking a legitimate company trying to copy themselves off of it, and maybe they're legitimate themselves. I don't know, but Earth 2 is the first. It is got a barrier to entry that they're trying to break, that they pretty much crowdfunded with us. But as far as NFTs go, each tile, Shane had said, is unique and different. Now, are each of them NFTs? I mean, technically, yes, because they're on the blockchain. Like, they have different serial numbers. But I I think it'd be pretty wild to say like, okay, their worth is gonna be based off of them being an NFT, which it's not. The worth is gonna be based off location, what you can do with it, what resources gonna get. So it's not just NFTs in Earth 2. There are going to be NFTs where if anyone's seen XYZ, one of Shane's other apps that he had made, where you can go and take a picture and throw the picture out into, the augmented reality, and then other people can go where you were. Let's say you're at the Statue of Liberty, or you're saying you're anywhere in New York or New Zealand or Austria, wherever, and people can go on that app and say like, oh wow, this is a picture that somebody took in this same exact place. Let me see it, or somebody that they posted. So that's something that will most likely we'll have that in Earth 2 as well. We're going to be able to have people taking pictures, whether it's of the Chavez Penguin Sanctuary, whether it's of Wraithax's escape room, or whether it's of other tile art. People are going to be taking pictures of that and hanging them in hallways. Again, I'm going to have an NFT museum in my megacity. Are there going to be photo finishes with races as far as go-karts? Sure. Are there going to be videos that are moments or photos of me doing karaoke? Yeah, absolutely. But it's just going to take a while for these markets to settle. Once Earth 2 is recognized, again, as Phase 2 comes out and beyond, they're going to be a powerhouse. Again, innovative technology in a disruptive industry. This company is very vertically integrated. I love the poop out of them. And I promise I'll get to comments in a second. But yes, the NFTs will change. Most NFTs out there that are being made by people, same as poop coins, 98% of them are going to be poop. And the rest of them that are real good attached to projects like NBA Top Shot or Earth 2 or Veve, those are ones that I believe that are going to be at the forefront leading this charge. These are the pioneers of the NFT space. And what I mean by Earth 2, I'm sorry, not Earth 2.0, Internet 2.0 is saying that everyone and their sister had thought the internet was not going to have any impact on the economy. They were saying like, okay, I guarantee you that the internet has no more of a impact on the economy than the fax machine does. Clearly how they were wrong. Wraithax says E2 NFTs are NFTs with benefits, similar to Gary Vee's vision of how to construct a truly valuable NFT. Yeah, that too. That's something where, again, I think I mentioned this yesterday. If I didn't, I'll mention this now, just piggybacking off of Wraithax's idea, saying that the NFT space is ripe for artists that not only care about the community, but also maybe just a little selfish. Now, some artists aren't in it for the money, but what Wraithax is saying with certain NFTs, they're going to be contracted. Like whoever owns it first, whoever makes the NFT, can have a contract in there saying, hey, this is mine. I have been getting these spam calls all day saying this is my NFT, and if they sell it for $100, whatever, doesn't matter. The next time that sells from $100 and then the next sale is $500, well, then maybe the person that had it originally, that made it, gets 1% of that or something along those lines. So they get $5. So they get compensated for each time that it sells, because it's not really fair to the creator if it just sells once and they only get a small amount, where 10 years later the painting hasn't changed at all and it's being sold for $1 million or several $100,000, and the person that made it doesn't get anything. So could that happen in Earth 2? Absolutely. It hasn't happened yet. Clearly we've seen I buy a tile from the marketplace, or not even from the marketplace, just from Buy Land. I buy it at 10 cents, I resell it at 30 cents, and then somebody else resells it for $1. I don't get anything based on that. But that's because I believe we don't have buildings in here right now. I believe it's because we don't have resources. It's just phase 1. Maybe not even phase 2, but in phase 3, I guarantee you, as that goes on, that is going to be some downloadable content where we're going to be able to go and say, okay, yeah, you're going to get residual income for all of these different types of sales that go on in the future. Now, that also tells people that incentivizes the artist to make something very, very good, make something that's interchangeable, and also incentivize gameplay. Because if you have an NFT or a block, let's say, that is in Antarctica, but then well, they were on a scavenger hunt one day from, let's say, Guidebook Gaming. They have a scavenger hunt to have an anomaly. Okay, what's an anomaly? A volcano in Antarctica or a piece of desert in Antarctica would be an anomaly. And this person maybe doesn't have the funds to terraform the whole property, whatever, and somebody else does. He sells it to someone else, and they do that. I'm just brainstorming on how it could incentivize that. But artists are going to be able to, are going to want to make more of their stuff because they're going to get paid a lot more. And the fact that they care about their community, they care about their fans. Again, I'm just going to bring up Banksy, that he himself has not burned any of his stuff, but he had sold something. He had sold a painting. The person that owned that painting burned it because they made it into an NFT. And I'm pretty sure Banksy knows about that. And just to bring Veve on into this, Veve is something that I'm pretty sure they have reached out to Banksy. I don't know how, because nobody actually knows his real name. But either way, I'm sure they've had contact, because David Yoons had a Banksy book in the back of his last stream, obviously placed there with the intention of teasing. Again, whether they have it or not, David Yoons probably just does like to tease. He's teased Pokemon a hell of a lot, saying gotta catch them all in some of his tweets. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to the comments here. Six Packle Up says, click so fast. Hi, Mr. Sub Randy clocking in. Question why OMI Circ supply over 190 billion on CoinGecko. I'm not sure why the supply is that right now. I haven't checked. Although the price has gone up a lot. It was like 0.0023 yesterday. It's like 0.0029 right now. It's almost at that 0.003 mark, which is not good for me, because I still have not filled that order that I put in, almost another million. Trying to get another million OMI is probably only going to be around 750, 800,000, give or take with that. So I hope that's something that resolves itself soon. Mo Lester says, did you see Most Critical's vid on Earth 2? I don't know. There was somebody that had like 8 million subscribers that made an Earth 2 hit piece. And why I went live right now at such this odd time, partly because of what I said before, but partly because of that video where so many people, mostly just saying these NFTs are a scam, people will realize one day that they're buying nothing, which is completely wrong. That is the absolute wrong way of thinking. Maybe they're boomers, or maybe they're just they just don't understand the future and how to read it, because that is a complete emerging technology, and Earth 2 and Veve are just at the forefront. They, again, pioneers. They're something that they're like in the trenches, in the war. They're taking on all the bad blood. They're taking on all the hits. Like what was that meme that says Chris Tucker from that movie? I forget what it was. So basically, Chris Tucker walks so Lil Nas could run. Basically, yeah, a lot of people that are the first to do things, they take the most hit. And to reference that Gandhi quote again, first they ignore you. Nobody cared about Earth 2 until now. Then they ridicule you, saying like, all right, you're buying nothing. And then they fight you. So this is the fight. This is the fight that's coming right now. And then you win. And that's, again, a Gandhi quote, just talking about, I forget what he was actually talking about. Was the British? I forget. Anyway, comment down below if you remember what that was referencing. What's up, 8 Maximo? What's up, Nicole Smith? Nicole Smith messaged me. You want a free tile. Wraithax, again, that $10 super chat saying Earth 2 is an ever-evolving NFT. Yeah, because that NFT will change over time. You could buy a tile somewhere, which, again, NFT, and you could buy in the middle of the ocean. That terraforms, and suddenly now it's not middle of it. Suddenly it's a sandbar, and suddenly the tiles around it are sandbars. And then after it gets sold again, now somebody builds a building on it. It gets sold again. Nope. Now the whole thing is terraformed. They throw down the building. They make it a stadium. And then now they move the stadium, because you're going to be able to move tiles. I don't know if that's in phase 2 or phase 3, but you're going to be able to take tiles from over here and move them over there. And when they do that, if they do that, the stadium, they want it a little bit over this way. Now it's a hot dog stand. So again, NFTs will change over time in the Earth 2 universe. Sorry, getting a little. And after it changes over time, you could buy it when it's nothing, and then somebody moves something else on there, and suddenly it's one of the most foot trafficked places in the game. I hope. Oh, Brian Flint says, just came from watching one of those guys' videos, and he listed all of the failure concept games, And that's the other thing. Because this hasn't worked in the past with, and I don't even I want to say Second Life, because Second Life was a success. It still is a success. People do it. They rent property and then they rent it to other people, and people make livings off of it. And that's something where the internet, wasn't, it was still finding its footing. Now the internet is so integral to our life. Like, I saw a TikTok the other day where this girl, I don't know what she was doing, but it's like, oh my God, when you don't have Wi-Fi, that's like the worst thing that could ever happen to you. Like, oh my God. She was like 17. It was it made me feel so old. Thank you guys for 10 likes. That means the world to me. But yeah, so it's so integral. And again, because it was Moore's Law or Wright's Law, where every, 15 months, the, technology, doubles. I mean, that's why, phones get so much better. I mean, maybe not the actual time they stay alive. They're really no good for more than a couple of years. Whereas those Nokia old phones, like even video games nowadays. So maybe that was a wrong analogy. But no, technology does get better with every passing month, every passing quarter, every year. And I think the rate of that doubles. So that's why AI is so good. That's why you have all these companies like Lemonade and Square and Tesla using artificial intelligence to do a lot of their work, like full self-driving, or like Lemonade's using it so that they don't have insurance brokers out there. They don't have people going in and doing estimates and everything and trying to determine whether that claim that these people filed for a fire should be approved or disapproved. They have artificial intelligence doing that now, and it approves it in seconds. They actually have the record for the fastest claim to be approved in like 0.3 seconds, which is ridiculous. Now, granted, they do have a good business model, so that probably has something to do with it. And there's also another reason why Facebook has 10,000 people working on AR and VR, because again, that's the future. NFTs, again, what Raythak said before, why Gary Vee has or maybe it wasn't him, it was someone else. I'll get to that in a minute. Where it says Gary Vee's vision of how to construct a truly valuable NFT. That man sees the future. That man has whether it's the amount of glial cells he has in his brain, or the just intuition. I don't know whether it gets from his mom, like woman's intuition, but he is just a born businessman. He's just a business magnate. That's what he does in his free time. Same as Elon Musk. And I guarantee you, in 10 years, or even in like 3 years, all of these people that are making all these hit people, I guarantee you all those videos are going to be private, or they're going to be taken off. They're going to feel hella silly. Aria Realty actually made a comment on Upper Echelon's video, one of his videos that he did, and he said, haters gonna hate, can't wait for you to buy tiles in Earth 2. And then Upper Echelon said, you're an effing idiot, after he like heart reacted the comment. So again, these guys that's someone that I think is probably, he thinks it is a scam, and he's just not opening his mind to the larger possibilities of what these companies can do. Hey, what's up, Lynn X? Six Pack Love says, yeah, some guy with 8 million subs made a video on E2, which, again, I can't wait to see. Like, Antarctica has increased 2 cents in the last, 3 days. It was 169, it's 171 now. The more attention, again, all press is good press, as far as I'm concerned right now, because you have these people that are saying, hey, we have, again, 8 million subscribers. Let's say 500,000 people watch that video. That I think is more than active Earth 2 users. I think what is active Earth 2 users? 400,000 of those. They're going to go and actually, out of the 50,000 people or 500,000 people that watch that, even if 1%, let's say an extra 5,000 people go in and they do their own research, and let's say 80% of them, if they're smart enough to do their own research, most likely they're smart enough to be able to wrap their heads around what Earth 2 is, and watching mine, Aria Realty's, Earth 2 Metas, Got the Gaming's, all their videos, Bull Combo, etc. They're definitely smart enough to be like, okay, this is a real thing. So let's say out of that, 4,000 people now make new accounts, and there's a good chance that a couple of those guys I'm not even gonna say whale. Maybe one of them is a whale, but I'm gonna say a lot of them are probably like me. Not like a millionaire in any sense, but they're definitely going and they're spending probably a couple $1,000s, a couple thousand tiles. And they're gonna go wherever they're gonna go. Hopefully they go to Chaveztopia. I don't know. Ryan Flint says, but I know that it takes 10 failures and people learning from those mistakes, and all failures to create a successful one. Yeah. And just because like something fails doesn't mean it was a scam. I mean, SpaceX with Elon Musk, they had 3 failures of rocket launches in like 2008 before they had their fourth launch, which was successful, thank God. But yeah, that happened. That was something that did not come easy. So just because something fails, like again, you gotta have the best intentions, and it fails doesn't mean it was a scam. It just means that okay, they failed. Moving on. Oh, Dr. Professor Kubinski saying, "Hey, how are you doing today? I'm doing very well. My shoulder still hurts, so that stinks." And then I might get sushi later. I'm not sure. I might save it for when I'm in Washington later this weekend, and then I'm gonna have a weekend of just nothing but eating and drinking and barbecuing. It's gonna be a great time. I'm gonna hunt for Bigfoot also. Brian Flynn says the advancement of technology is the idea, vision, and concepts that this is inevitable. Yeah, I think so as well. I think this is something that you can't change. You can't. People try to fight against it the same way that big oil companies and the dinosaurs that are, they're trying to fight against electric vehicles. They're trying to fight against, the advancement of technology because they're going to be they're going to be disrupted right out of jobs. And I do feel for some of these people that they worked their whole lives because they were thought that oil's going to be here forever. You get this, you got a good seed, you got a good steak, and you're going to be rich forever. You take care of your family forever, and they don't know anything else. So they see electric, they come in. Like I know this girl that went to school to be a diesel mechanic because her dad was a mechanic. It's like, yeah, as long as you can fix cars, yeah, you'll know exactly what to do. Everyone, thank you guys for 15 likes. Everyone will always come to you, always have a job. Cars are always breaking down. But if you go to be a diesel mechanic and the world is transitioning to sustainable energy, that's not good. Again, Google the top 10 most profitable or biggest companies in the world. Most of them are utility companies. What is going to happen when everyone has solar panels, when everyone has power walls, and their own utility company? That's why I'm not selling Tesla. I would rather sell Bitcoin than I would sell Tesla, just because it's again, they're at the forefront of that. And again, I know I'm a little bit getting off track here, so I'll try to bring it back. Keith Smith says, "Are you going to meet up with Nathaniel or Wolfgang when you go to Austria?" I think they're in Australia, aren't they? Or honestly, I would love that. To have them come on my channel or just to their channels, where whatever they would want. Yeah, I would love that 100%. And I would have my friend Lilith there as a translator in case there's something that I missed or they missed. I'll definitely ask them about that. I think they're far too busy to be able to entertain that idea. But if I go and say, hey, if I buy you dinner or if I buy a drink, I think Nathaniel actually does like his whiskey, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'll try to get him something. Maybe. And Raythax, that $5 super chat saying NFTs, Earth 2 NFTs are NFTs with benefits, similar to Gary Vee's vision of how to construct a truly valuable NFT. Yeah, a gift that keeps on giving. This NFT that you're getting in Earth 2, that we're calling tiles, that will give resources every single day. Again, I don't know the spawn rate, whether class 1 gives 4 times a day and class 1 gives once a day, class 2 gives 3 times a day, and whatever it is. I don't know the spawn rate, but it will continuously give you something that you can continuously sell, that you can continuously use. You could use that as a well to not have to pay any money to play this game. So you can build stuff, which is great. I love that, and I love the fact that if you wanted to buy more, if you just ran out, you can buy more, whether it's from the Earth 2, their own marketplace, or just buying and selling and trading from us, something like that. This way, I could give people discounts, most likely of fresh water. And I'd like to think that fresh water, Preston Ty Anderson mentioned this the other day. What do you think? What do I think is the most valuable resource? And right now, I think it would be fresh water, because if you look on the list, going from fresh water all the way down to like coal and gold, out at the bottom, fresh water is listed at number 1. And in Earth 1, where 70% of the Earth's fresh water, it's in Antarctica. So, hoping I'm right with that. Dr. Professor Kubinski, Keith Smith, your message has been retracted. I don't know why. Dr. Professor Kubinski says, people also don't see the potential in collectibles. There will always be people collecting certain stuff because of nostalgia. Speaking of which, I think class 1 will enter the realm of collectibles because they're just not around. Even on the marketplace, sometimes you can find them, sometimes you can't. Aria Realty turned down a $9,000 offer for his some of his Class 1s in Korea right now. Now his Class 1s are right now worth about $20,000, in the game, like if you buy like new tiles. So somebody asking for $9,000 for his, he's not going to want to sell because that's less than 50% value of it. And also, just because they're Class 1s and Korea is booming, Korea has one of the most increases or the most influxes of money into that game, because I've said this before, go back to my old videos, Koreans know what the fudge that they're doing. They know exactly how this is going to play out, and that's why they're loading up. And again, this game isn't even translated into other languages yet. As it gets translated into other languages, oh my God, yeah, this is going to be huge. I when I'm talking, I make myself want to buy more. So I can't really afford to right now, but soon. But yeah, there'll be collectibles. The Omi Veve collectibles are already collectibles in themselves, and those NFTs that, again, the Veveverse that they're talking about releasing slowly by the end of the year. I don't know how they can have. Again, when I'm thinking Veveverse, I'm thinking what they had said with NFTs fighting with each other, like Street Fighter, like Super Smash Brothers. I don't know how they're going to have that ready by the end of the year. I think it's just going to be the rolling out of step 1 of the Veveverse, and then we're going to get more after that. At least that's what I hope, because I don't know if my heart can handle a full Veveverse by the end of the year. But they've been killing it. I saw a Veve app or a Veve ad on Facebook the other day, and I liked it. So they're there. They're advertising slowly but steadily, and you'll see that more and more. That could also be why it's going up a little bit. Yeah, disrupting art. It's disrupting everything. And again, I saw someone post a photo, I think it was on Reddit actually, of that Batgirl. She's like this, and she's getting a selfie while she's doing like a one-handed handstand. Had like a bunch of ponies in the background and Batman and all. It was just a picture of her taking a selfie of all these other people in the frame. It was really, really cool, and just the artwork and the the formation of things like that is incredible. I love the choreography of some people's things, and this is when they can't even move. This is when you only have like the DeLorean and Donnie from Powerpuff Girls, the transgender horse unicorn guy thing. They had, and that's it. They only can move a little bit. As the rest of these start to be able to move, and you see the world start to come together. Again, there's people who say Veve's a scam, and like, okay, you have Alfred Kahn, you have, I don't even know. Again, Dylan Ceo's attached to Earth 2. People just don't want to do their research, which again is fine. We're all happy to do the rest of it for them. But at the same time, when it is a big success, they will learn. Again, we've seen this with Bitcoin as well, where people have said, no, it's a scam. Why? It's virtual money. It's not real. It's not tangible. They will know. Same thing with NBA Top Shot. They didn't learn. They didn't listen. They did not understand. They said the same thing when I was investing in Tesla, high risk lending, all of this. They didn't know. The Butch Tan, what's going on? Says, thank you for the last video before this. You're such an awesome soul. Thank you, the Butch Tan. E2 is a better place because of you. Coming from who has dealt with 10 million plus people worldwide, you are destined for greatness. Thank you, the Butch Tan. For those that don't know, the Butch Tan right there has over 1 million followers on TikTok. One of the most influential in the Philippines. He's just pretty much a celebrity at this point. And who, again, I'm not going to say names. He actually knows some people in the Philippines that are in Earth 2 that are that people would idolize, that people would say like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Keith Smith says, I believe decentralized crypto is here to stay. It was no accident. It's the only way to escape the fiat fiasco. That's the other thing, where people have said, okay, yeah, there's 20 trillion of these coins, and like a third of them are going to be printed this year. They're talking about the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar has no cap. They have the mint. They have the Federal Reserve, which the Federal Reserve, those that don't know, is no more federal than Federal Express. It's a private company. So what they do is they go to the Federal Reserve, created in 1913, and they say, hey, print us, I don't know, $1 trillion. They print $1 trillion out of thin air. They give it to the U.S. government, and the government pays back the Federal Reserve at an interest rate. And it's like, oh my God, they're actually doing that. They're actually printing money out of thin air, and they're getting paid for that. And then when you try to do an audit, the Federal Reserve bill, for them misplacing, I don't know how many billions or hundreds of billions of dollars. Like, yeah, we don't know where it went. And these politicians that are bought up, they say like, oh yeah, we're not going to audit the Federal Reserve. Ron Paul tried it. Other people tried it. For whatever reason, you can't audit the Federal Reserve. You can't audit a private company that prints money, that has a printing press. Heckin' ridiculous. So that's why I'm invested so heavily into crypto. That's why I keep, that's part of the reason why I keep not a lot of money in my bank account at all times, just because it's, I don't like it. I like the fact that you're able to take OMI and you're probably going to be able to sell it for Bitcoin. People probably buy it in Bitcoin or in whatever. I don't like dollars. I do not like it, and that's why I have a hard time when people say that XRP is going to go to the moon. It's like, okay, well, XRP is not decentralized. It's completely centralized by Ripple. Ripple's the company, XRP is the crypto, but that's completely centralized by them. So again, that's why I'm not going to put any into XRP, regardless of what the lawsuit says or not. Yeah, I enjoy crypto the way it is right now, and I can't wait for Earth 2's crypto. That's going to be heckin' ridiculous. OMI's right now we're getting it at such a huge discount. I didn't think it would get down here, but it is, and we're getting it at such a massive rate. I can't wait to sell this freaking card. Sorry, I put out an offer for $320 for someone on eBay, and if they pay that, I won't even get 300 grand for it, but worth it if they take it. Jason Mack says, random question, kind of purely hypothetical because I'm not planning on selling anything, but when does the capital gains tax come into play? Is that only when I withdraw to a bank account? No. If you are not a business owner, if you have money in Coinbase, let's say you put $10,000 into Coinbase, and then you use that $10,000 by $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. If you sell that when that $10,000 is $15,000 a month later, okay, you have a capital gains tax of $5,000. Right then and there, to my understanding, is you have to pay taxes on that $5,000. Obviously, the next year, when tax returns come. Now, as far as business owners go, again, what I've been led to believe is that if I buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin and I sell, and now I have $15,000, but I take that $15,000 and I buy either Ethereum or Cardano or OMI or whatever else, then because it's a transfer of assets, I don't have to do that, or I don't have to pay. Again, check your accountant on that though. That's what my accountant told me, so I'm choosing to believe. Again, talk with your own accountants, but in the opposite effect, if you have, let's say you put in $10,000 worth of Bitcoin in there, and then it goes down to $5,000 worth, what you could do, if you wanted, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, you can sell it right there immediately, okay? You lock in those losses, and then you buy it right back. Like, I'm talking about 2 transactions within minutes of each other. You sell down here, so you lock in those losses, and then you buy it back. Why would you ever do that? I would never do that, but why would some people do that? Because they know that Bitcoin's going to go back up. And when Bitcoin goes back up from this $5,000 what's here, when you originally bought it at $10,000, and then it goes up to $20,000, and then let's say you sell after a year or over, you have to pay, because after a year, long-term capital gains, and you don't have to pay a $10,000 on $10,000. Why don't you have to pay $10,000? Because you originally bought it $10,000 and now it's at $20,000 because you sold down here and you locked in those losses. Now you have the same amount of Bitcoin, and then it goes. So the cost kind of offset a little bit. Actually, no, that is not right. Or that is right, but not right now. If you had previous gains and then you take some losses, you can offset the gains with those losses, and then you still have the same amount of crypto. So I apologize on that one. But the same principle applies. Again, I would never do that, even if I'm up $500,000 and then suddenly it goes down to $300,000. I'm not gonna sell and then immediately buy back just to lock in those losses, just because I wouldn't do that. I don't want to do anything shady. Again, right now apparently that's legal. I don't want to do that, so that's just me. Grandmaster Malwao says altcoin with benefits over friends with altcoin with benefits over friends with benefits. Yeah, OMI will have that. Earth 2, we're pretty sure already has that. but the altcoins of benefits, yeah, staking is definitely something that is real and can make you a lot of money very, very safely. Jason Max says, or does that come to play if I transfer to USD? Again, hopefully that explanation did you well, Jason Mac. At the very least, if you're when in doubt, call the accountant. Chill Crazy says, what's up, peeps? How's it going, Chill Crazy? Oh, I missed my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. So let us do. Just call me angel of the morning, baby. Just touch my cheek before you leave me. Sorry, my voice is still blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow, we have a $20 super chat from Raythak saying, drinks for you and the Butch Tan. Nice to see your following grow. Your genuine personality enhances our lives, my brother. Thank you so much, Raythax. I will totally take that and totally buy drinks at some point when I get that. Yeah, the Butch Tan is great. He's been my homie for a while now. He reached out to me, and he actually did an interview with me and Aria Realty. So if you want to go, I don't know how long the interview was. It was pretty lengthy though. If you want to go and view things, view more of a content, he interviewed me and Aria Realty at the same time. Definitely go to his channel, check that out. And again, one of the biggest people on TikTok in the Philippines. So yeah, he's great. I've talked to him about Pokemon cards as well. Again, the idea of trying to make all this content and stream twice a day and put as many videos as I can is to grow the hobby. And you know, if you have influence, if you have people that, because there's a bunch of people that say like, hey, you know, buy this book that I wrote, and then it'll show you how to get rich. It'll show you how to make money. It'll tell you what I did. And it's like, no, knowledge should be free. And you know, I have the Patreon thing in there if they would just want to help support the channel. Obviously, Raythak's the biggest Patreon supporter on that, friends and families here, but I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that say, okay, support my Patreon, and then during that Patreon, go and ask me other questions or this type of knowledge just for Patreon. So I want it to be out there forever. I actually was considering about doing a series on how to make yourself wealthy. At the worst case scenario, I just say whatever's already out there, saying like, okay, yeah, you work hard and you save and you invest safe. But in the best case scenario, I put a different spin on it, put something new. They think like, okay, well, he's not asking us to buy his book. He's not asking us to subscribe to his newsletter or anything. Grow the hobby, and then hopefully I can inculcate in people's minds that they want to, what do you call it? Be a little more charitable, be a little bit more philanthropic. So I hope that's what I can do. Let's go back to the questions here. Where are you finding 10-cent tiles? You can't find 10-cent tiles anymore unless a new country's opened up. And when a new country opens up, it's still going to be very hard to find 10-cent tiles because that's going to be eaten up in seconds. Keith Smith says capital gains tax applies to realized gains. So if you don't sell, it won't get taxed. Agreed 100%. If you, and that's why if I don't like to sell things before a year, that's why I'm always long term. Because if I sell before a year, okay, well, that's short-term capital gains, which is a lot more. Long-term capital gains is a lot less. You pay a lot less on that if you keep it for a while. Grandmaster Wawa says lunch. I haven't had lunch. I had a protein shake. I had 7-Eleven bacon jerky, and then I had another protein shake throughout the day. That has been my thing so far. I have another thing of bacon jerky I'm going to save for the plane ride tomorrow, and then go from there. Wolfgang is on Discord. Oh, I got to do another video that at some point after I'm going to go through all this stuff, write everything down. Or last time, My Human Podcast. Shout out to them. Or My Name is Human. Yeah, those guys. They had taken all of Nathaniel's stuff and they wrote it down in one fell swoop, and I just read it. So I might do that again later. Yeah, maybe later. Dr. Professor Kaminsky says, people nowadays be hating on everything until it becomes mainstream. Yeah, I agree. They they don't like it if it's too far underground. It's like, oh, well, it's not mainstream. Yeah, they're crazy. They'll learn. How I Made says, put all your crypto assets into Nexo or Celsius and get a loan off of your collateralized asset. This was made to bypass tax events. Best way to extract value out of your gains. I don't know if I would put all of my crypto into one thing. Again, I'm not 100%. I don't know what Nexus or Celsius is, or Nexo or Celsius is. So I can't say to do that. But I have told people that if I could get a loan based off of my collateralized assets, like well, I'm not sure what crypto would be based as. I don't think they would be securities. I think the only security in the crypto would probably be XRP. That would be the only security, just because it's centralized by Ripple. I don't think that anything else could be considered a security. They would all be alternative assets or growth, something along those lines. But either way, like, I would do that. I would borrow against it and buy more. But I would not recommend, because again, that's almost the same thing as buying on margin. Very, very high risk, and that's why a lot of people got crushed. A lot of people got crushed, this past month, when Bitcoin went from 65, let's say it went down to 55 at that point. If you're a little bit of a cowboy like me and you go to buy on margin, yeah, it just went down like 8-10%. It's going to go up, because we all know it is. And again, I'm just pointing at Bitcoin just because it's the main thing. And they say, like, hey, they call their broker, listen, I'm going to put in, $5,000, or I'm going to put another 10 grand into Bitcoin, and I'm going to put another 10 grand on margin. Can I do that? And what margin is they call their broker and they ask to put on margin. Their broker loans them $10,000, and then as it goes down, if it goes down, let's say $5,000, then the broker says, okay, yeah, I'm going to not only sell the position that I have, that I loaned you as your broker, but I'm going to sell your position too, to cover the losses that you owe me. So when they sell on margin, that's what happens when things free fall. Goes down to a certain point, people have it in there that their brokers basically just say adios to you, because they want to get their money back. And the other people also have what's called stop losses, or if it goes down to a certain amount, they buy or sell, depending on what they want to do, because they don't want to see it go down anymore, and it just creates this avalanche ripple effect. TV says, all these copy and paste videos saying E2 is a scam are embracing. They do fit 10. Yeah, agreed. They all say the exact same thing. They're reacting to each other's videos, and that's it. I actually, if that's the journalistic integrity that some people have, like, I do know a couple of journalists, and they would never do that, because they're reputable and they have integrity. But these guys clearly do not. Again, if I do something, like if I go on, like, again, talking about Meta Earth yesterday, I'll bring it up again right now. Meta Earth is something that all we know about it is that the company is based out of Singapore. We don't know who the developers are yet, but for all that, it's got a pretty smooth game going on. The tiles that are same thing. Tiles are pretty much the same. New York is like 22 cents a tile now, or at least it was yesterday, probably higher now. They are one of the only ones that did not come to me to ask me to make a video about them. They're one of the only ones to come to me or not come to me and not ask for that. And Aria Realty put in. I'm not putting in because I have no idea who the developers are. But Aria Realty smells an opportunity. He's like, yes, and he's number 2 player on there. Or at least he was last night. Again, I don't have the gall to do that. I don't have to put in money into something that I don't know what it is. But again, I'm telling you, I'm not automatically calling it a scam. I'm not going to After Earth and calling it a scam. I did make a video on After Earth saying it was a little fishy that they came out, a couple months after Earth 2 did. And they asked me to make a video by not even insulting me, by not even offering me money. They wanted me to offer in-game credits for something that I had no idea what was gonna happen with that. And then I made a video on them anyway, but not in the light they wanted me to. It was just my actual opinion of them just saying, listen, I'm not putting money in, but Aria Realty is, and clearly he's made very right calls before. So again, go into open mind, but these, and yeah, even like Solana or any, or CRO, like a bunch of you guys have told me to look into, which I have, and and like I said, Solana and CRO are the ones that come to mind, because those are something I would put money into long term. Cardano, same thing, and Omi. There's a couple people. There's one person that told me about Omi back in February, and because I was working both businesses then, I was doing most videos on Earth 2. I just didn't have the time to do it. If I did, I would be up like 1,000% right now. And yeah. Chill Crazy says, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, fight you, then Chill Crazy, my man, doing that Gandhi quote. Wow, I'm way behind on this on these comments. John Doe says, honestly, when you don't have unlimited hotspot, it's the worst. You don't even need Wi-Fi. Yeah, I would I need to get 2 devices because apparently you can't be your own hotspot. I tried to be my own hotspot in the Poconos, doesn't work. I need to have another device, make that the hotspot, and then I could use my phone on that hotspot. So I'll try to do that at some point. Wow, Keith's been saying that vid almost has 300,000 views. So 300,000 views and it's only a couple hours old. That means I guarantee you at least 3,000 people are actually doing their work and looking at Earth 2 and saying, oh, this could be something. Guarantee it. Look for a bump in sales in the next couple of days. Guarantee you see it. Hit the logarithm. Oh yeah, guys, everyone hit that like button. Thank you guys for 20 likes with the algorithm. Fortnite Razorer says, shame on you to advertise a scam. This is not a scam. I am, and it's not like Earth 2 doesn't pay me. Earth 2 doesn't say like, hey Chavez, make a video. No, it's something where I believe the only risk, and I'm talking to Fortnite Razorer here, the only risk that I see is them coming out with the game and then it's just not good. That's the only risk I see, but again, being what my old job was as, again, a business owner with risk and data analysis, it is well worth it. Ends more than justify the means. And again, I'm not like people on here that have, 50, 80,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars into this game. I put a measly like 12 grand in. That's about it. So, yeah, I definitely don't think it's a scam. Blue Reaper says, why do you have a YouTube ad next to my house? So what they had done, Blue Reaper says, wait, is this pre-recorded? It seems like it is. This is not pre-recorded. I'm just unfortunately a half hour behind, 26 minutes behind on comments. But the YouTube ads, Earth 2 had said in a tweet, or Shane said in a tweet like a couple months ago, they said, everyone comment down below your favorite YouTuber, or if you're a YouTuber and you promote Earth 2. And what they did was they had taken the links to all of our megacities and our YouTube channels, and they put them in the ads around Earth 2 as just a thank you for us promoting their game. Which again, we're not paid for, but they just did us that nicety, that head nod of saying thanks guys. One hand washes the other type of deal. Legacy Premier says LMFAO. Dr. Professor Kabitsky says, is it true that the first 100,000 is the hardest? Yes. The first 100,000 is the hardest to make. After that, not that it's easy, but it gets much easier. And also you get better. So not only do you have the fact that, yes, after you have some capital to work with, after you have a little bit of play money, it does become a little easier. But also after grinding for a long time and you make that first 100,000, then you do get better. You see yourself what you were like 6 months ago, 8, 10, 12 months ago, and then what you are right now at your present, like, oh, I am the man. Your confidence grows. Your nads get huge. It's like, yes, I am the man. No one can beat me. You do that thing from Wolf of Wall Street. It was like, what was his name? Matthew McConaughey. Google account says Big Fry is damaging Earth 2. I don't think he is. He is instilling fear in some people that were on the fence, but I don't think he's damaging it. If anything, he's doing a little more damage to himself. Again, I've only seen one of the videos that he did. I think he did like 2 or 3 videos on Earth 2. But the first one that he did, and again, I did a whole message to him yesterday when someone asked me about him, that didn't do damage. Like, the only thing that I could see doing damage at this point, if you're another YouTuber trying to make a hit piece on Earth 2, is actually no, because even if you try to put a lawsuit on them, it's not gonna work because they're not doing anything wrong. That maybe short term that might do some damage, but in the long run, oh, they didn't do anything wrong. Judge throws out the case. That's pretty much it. That's really the only thing. Because again, right now, no publicity is bad publicity. Shane has even thanked them for giving out, increasing their revenues 20% over a short amount of time. Maxwell Cook says, can't wait for that lucky country to also start generating resources. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Austria, because in the videos that they've shown, and pictures, it's Austria. So I am hoping it's them. I think it's them. I don't have too much land there. I have maybe like 50 tiles in Austria. I should probably get more. Yeah, I should really get more. But I don't want to be wrong. I don't know, what is Austria, like $3, $4 a tile now? I don't want to go and get more let's spend like $400 in there, and suddenly, oh yeah, or not, that's not it. It was the wrong one. I'd rather wait for the announcement, and when the announcement comes, and then they say it's Austria, okay, I'll go in, even if the price goes from $3 to $4. That's fine. I don't mind paying that extra 33%. I'll pay that just because I know it's guaranteed. But I don't want to spend a couple $100s, and then they say, oh, it's not Austria, it's actually Peru. Then I have to go in and buy Peru, and I wasted all that money. So again, money's not wasted. I'll still collect resources there when the time comes, but that's just my strategy right now for doing that. Morgan Herbert says, a very convincing scam, feels bad, man. How is this convincing scam at all? Again, there's zero proof of that. Okay, if somebody brings me proof, if somebody hacks into, and I'm not telling anyone to do this because it's not right, but if, let's say, there are leaked emails from Shane and Nathaniel saying like, hey, this was supposed to be a quick and easy scam, now it's blown up, how do we get out? Then it's like, okay, all right, that's something. But since no email exists like that, and again, not telling anyone to hack because that's wrong. Yeah, that's, unless that type of thing comes to me, there's zero proof that this is a scam. Zero. John Doe says, E2 is in English, but I haven't seen anyone from Gang getting into it. From Ghana getting into it. What is the GDP of Ghana? And then get back to me. Mac Genzi says, I mentioned OMI to my friends, but of course most of them don't believe in it, or don't have the patience for long-term investing. Can't wait to brag to my gains in 3 to 5 years. I have 1.2 million OMI back. All right, so Mac Genzi, advice, real quick. When you go and, I don't know if I would say, like, I have no issue saying how much I have, which by the end of the day should be 7.7 million OMI, but I have no problem saying that because I have also no problem telling people, get the fudge out of here when they have sob stories. I am very philanthropic, and we're all adults. We don't need other people trying to go and say, like, I agree. When some people are down, you should help them out when you can. But when you have a lot of money, especially like, I think we were 1.1, 1.2. When you have 1.2 million OMI, Mac Genzi, in 2026, when you have $1 million, guaranteed there's a lot of knocks on your door. Oh, hey, you still have OMI? Like that one guy that showed a text from a girl he was dating in like 2014, where she says like, listen, all you do every single day is bring up Bitcoin. When we go somewhere, you only talk about Bitcoin. I'm done with it. You're obsessed. We're not dating anymore. We're breaking up. And then 7 years later, she says, hey, like after not, because Bitcoin's through the roof now. Obviously, that guy did hodl. I'm pretty sure that guy's a multi-millionaire right now. There's billionaires made from Bitcoin. Yeah, just be advised. You're gonna have some people that are gonna be hitting you up for money and stuff. Hodl strong, or put it into a trust and just heck everyone else. Non-Fungible Wonderful says, what's up, Brody? Oh, what's going on, Non-Fungible Wonderful? How you doing, fam? I watch your videos. You are very exciting. Final Shot says, destroy that like button. Yeah, thanks, guys. Destroy that like button. Sage Lee says, is this the scam game? There are probably a couple of scam games out there. I'm sure there are. This is not one of them. Final Shot says, any new price predictions since the Veve-verse has come out earlier than everyone expected? Well, the same... The analytics still apply. They haven't released their newest exchange. Veve is actually skipping their drop this week. So the drop this week there is none. There'll be a drop next week for next Thursday. When that happens, the OMI burn will be real. Hopefully the price doesn't increase too much because the goal is to burn as much OMI as possible. I think they'll start to do a buyback. They could do it now. They could do it when it reaches 10 billion. I don't know when, but why they would do a buyback is because, again, they started with 340 billion in the Veve-verse, in their app, and 168 billion in the float that's available to us. So they have a 2-to-1 ratio. So for every 2 OMI, or for every 2 OMI that they burn, they're going to want to take 1 back. So if they have, like I said, 5 billion, 5.1 billion that's burned right now, they should want about 2.55 billion to buy back. If they want to wait till 10 billion, so it's a nice even number, and they take 5 billion back, that's probably fine. But they want to continuously do that until there's nothing left. Moving on. So my price predictions, my base. If you haven't seen the last video I did where I'm in the Poconos, my base case is still the same at 10 cents. My bull case is still the same at 12 to 15 cents. But my bear case has moved. It was 6 cents. Now my bear case has moved down to 3 cents, where if they don't have any new exchanges, where if they don't have the if they don't do 2 drops a week, if they don't do things like that, then that's something that I believe will be about 3 cents. But I also believe that we're in a super cycle here, and we are not going to have a crypto winter or that giant bear market. Now, Taps Trades thinks a little differently, and take this into account. Taps trades crypto for a living. He does real estate and other stuff, but this is what he does. This is how he made a lot of his fortune. What he did, he put out a roadmap, and he says by September he believes it'll be 6 to 9 cents. Everyone comment nice down below for that 69 reference. And from 6 cents to 9 cents, he believes it's going to peak there. And then around October, November, December, we're going to reach that crypto winter, and it's going to take an 80% haircut. Now, that being said, I have talked to him, and I've said, like, well, what if the ETF for Bitcoin is approved in October, like I think it will be? And he said, well, if that does happen, which I don't think he expects it to. I think he expects it to fail. But he said if that does happen, that's a horse of a different color. We'd have to rework it. If that happens, I'm pretty sure his case would go, like his case would double from that point. Now, that's just my predictions. My prediction is 3 is my bear case, 10 cents is my base case, what I believe it will be, most likely, and 12 to 15 cents is my bull case for OMI by the end of the year. And I think $1 by 2026. Maxwell Cook says, if I quit decorating my living room, I could get more OMI. Almost done with it, though. Just need 5 more comic books and about 150 total sort of Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have seen your living room. Looks very, very nice. It looks... I can't wait to see the type of stuff that you dream up in Earth 2. I can't wait, Maxwell Cook. Can't wait to see what type of decorations you put in your living quarters. And I can't wait to see what your Veve Collectibles vault room shows. And what you do with your OMI, because again, you're gonna be rich. Final Shot says, no, this the money. No, Sagely, this is the money game. This the money game. We are definitely a money game. We're in the. Some people are not in this for the money. Some people are in Earth 2, just like because we're all gamers. We're in to play a game. Like I'm wearing an anime shirt right now. I'm literally wearing a My Hero Academia shirt because I am here. Sorry, I love I love. He's my hero. But some people aren't in it for the money. Some people are in to play games. Some people are here to create art. But some people, yeah, they're in it to get jobs. I'm here telling you, I'm a creator of jobs. I have been in the past. I will be again. I could be right now. But for those of you, the newer ones here, the ones that have been disliking my videos into oblivion, a little background on me. After I got out of the military, I started a business underneath the umbrella of another corporation. Very successful, is in high-risk lending. I started another business in collectibles, high-end collectibles specifically Pokemon cards. And then earlier this year, I decided to retire because I could, and I didn't want to miss out on Earth 2. And that's how high a conviction I have in this. Enough money to retire where I didn't have to, and enough money because I saw the opportunity that Earth 2 is presenting. And I retired before I even found OMI. If I had found OMI before I retired, I might have stayed, and I could get the ball rolling and get the machine moving anytime I want. It's just, I like being retired. It's nice. It's nice. I get very used to this. Maxwell Cook says, when I'm using Coinbase, I just convert to USDT. If I'm waiting on dips, helps me save on fees too. It's how I flip GRT. Very good. We could all learn from that. Raythak says, drinks for me and the Butch Tan. Nice to see our following grow. Genuine personality enhances our lives, my brother. Thank you so much. Again, the super chats are 100% appreciated. Raythax is a big supporter of mine. Gotta love him for that. All right, I'm only 20-ish minutes behind on my comments now. The Butch Tan says, thank you so much, Raythax. Oh, yeah, Butch Tan is very, very thankful. Cool dude. Maxwell Cook says, at Raythax, I'm jealous you own the Plates of Gold monument in E2. I came across it while trying to figure out the riddle. Yeah, Raythax is a beast. Raythax is... I think, I don't know how many, like 70,000 tiles, something like that. Put in like 50-something thousand, 60,000, whatever, put in a monster amount of money, a lot, like 6-7 times more than I did. I only put in like 10 to 12 grand. And he's got the biggest collection of #1 NFT cards for Earth 2. So it's he's out there making some moves. Right, that's even the peace sign. How I Made says crypto is considered property. How I Made continues to say Nexo and Cell is a high yield interest earned bank. Cell is in New York and Nexo is in Switzerland, so it's regulated. How high interest do you get with that? How much do let me know exactly how much you get with that, and I will consider it, especially if Cell is in New York. So it is my hour. So on the hour, it's not that I'm stopping on an hour, just every half hour I go and give a shout out to my Patreon members. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. So shout out to my Patreon members. And for those of you that are thinking about buying more tiles in Earth 2, there's my referral code down below as well. Moving on. Keith Smith says, well, Arya must like gambling on penny stocks too. He actually doesn't. I guess the way I am with stocks and high risk lending and companies, I guess he's the way with virtual reality companies. He's in this, he's in After Earth, he's in Meta Earth. I think what he sees is the fact that in this space, Earth 2 is going to be #1. Earth 2, with that barrier to entry, is very, very high. It's very, very hard to get into. But Earth 2 is first to entry. And they are going to eat up the majority of the space. And other places, like After Earth, Meta Earth, as long as their intentions are good and they actually come out with a viable game, they're going to take up, 4th place, 8th place, 10th place. Just because you're not #1 doesn't mean you're not making money. Again, you don't have to be a CEO of a company to make money. You could be the #2, the #7 or 11 guy and still make a good living. You don't have to be the CEO. It does not have to be you. It's very, very stressful. And Butch Tan says, Wolfgang is live on Discord now. Oh my God. So I'm going to probably make another video at some point by going over everything that Wolfgang is going over right now. Maxwell Cook says, I for sure bet on AMC stock. My $1.18 went to $3.80 today. Very, very nice, Maxwell Cook. Keep it up. Aria Realty's here saying Earth 2 is a beast. Lynn X says around 60 billion is GDP of Ghana. Okay. I wonder why people of Ghana aren't in. If they all speak English and they have a little bit of money. I don't know. I don't know why. Kurtan55 says, have you seen the game Lost Relic? Some NFT items are going $18,000 a piece, which is insane. Imagine Earth 2. Could you imagine Earth 2? Yes, I can imagine it. And why I can imagine it is because I have the wand of Lucius Malfoy. No, I just like playing with it. Why I can imagine it is because we have a Gucci bag that was, in real life, goes for about $3,400. But the Gucci bag that was made in Roblox, which is not even an NFT, sold for $4,114, I believe. So the virtual Gucci bag sold for like 20-something% more than the actual Gucci bag in real life. And it did that without even being an NFT. So when you have Earth 2 NFTs, like the Easter egg, which I can't wait to buy off someone, the Easter egg, like that's historic. That's history. History is made every single day. And that's a piece of history that you're going to be able to get, the first E2 Easter egg hunt. And I can't wait. I actually can't wait for that. I can't wait for the future. How I Made says 5 to 6% on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, 8% on stablecoin. I don't know if I would. I mean, maybe I would. As long as, if you're not going to sell it, you might as well. Pretty much standard yields for DeFi products. Yeah, if you're not like, I wouldn't put in USDT, even if I'm making 8 to 10%, because I could just be putting that in Bitcoin and Bitcoin will rise higher. What I would do though is if, let's say, in a month when I sell this big card and I put another 100 grand into Bitcoin, I'll put that into Bitcoin and make an extra 5 grand on the year because I'm making that 5% on the staking from them. So I will do that, and it's called sell. So yeah, I'll definitely do that because that'll do. Thank you, How I Made. Lynn X says, but GDP is such a bad way to compare how wealthy people are in a country. Countries with huge populations going to be first. GDP per capita is best. Yeah, what's the GDP per capita in Ghana? Oh, Butch Tan and Arya, they like each other. Linux says GDP per capita in Ghana is like 130th out of 200 countries, so that is pretty low. $2 a day in minimum wage. That's why they're not. Yeah, that's why they're not investing. Because if you're making $2 a day, you kind of need the $2 a day. Yeah. Maxwell Cook says, can't wait to see how much my common Dragon Girl will be in the future. What was it, 4,800 to 6,800 commons? Such a low number for the growth Veve is going to get. Yeah. And that's why I think Veve will, at some point, people are going to complain about it. But when they put 20,000 out there, I am fine with that. Because you still have that collector's editions out there where, numbers 1 through 100 or 500, or at that point even 1 through 500, you still have those that collectors are going to want. So you have that collectors, got to catch them all aspect, and you have the other 20,000, which we could refer to as unlimited, and they're there in the store so that when new people come in, they could buy it. And as new people come in, when new people come in and they see an empty store, they don't like that because they say, oh, what, I have to wait until Thursday when this drops? They're going to be annoyed with that. But if it drops, or if they come in and say, oh, I can buy it at the store, great. That's what I think they're going to want to do. And that's what I think Veve should do, because they still have that collector's aspect of, can I get in on the first, 500? If I can get in on the first 500 or even 1,000, then I'm good. Then I know that's going to hold value because of the serial number. And then people that want the NFT just for the NFT, they can get number 20,000. They don't care. That's what I think about it. Matt G says, what's up, Randy? What's up, Matt G? How's it going? Wow, I have really caught up to these comments. How I Made says, yes, that 8 to 10% is great for USDC to park and buy into Bitcoin on the dips. Let the idle funds grow while you wait. Yeah, agreed. Kurt105 says, what is Meta Earth? Meta Earth is just a game that it seems like it's based off of After Earth or Earth 2, and you can buy tiles in New York, you can buy tiles wherever, and it's pretty much the same thing of these. I don't want to say a knockoff version, but they definitely have the same idea. They're kind of riding on the coattails. We don't know what the developers are like because we don't know who they are. So they could just be keeping secrecy just for the sake of being secrecy, have an air of mystery about them, or they could be scam artists. I don't know. Our Realty put in, though, so if that gives you any confidence, I'm not putting in. That sways you. Again, I don't know. But our Realty put into this, into Earth 2, so he's been right before. And into After Earth, continuously, that's been a game. They want to be successful, and they have land income tax. They have, and After Earth, you can actually move tiles now, from one place to another. So yeah, they're doing good stuff. So hopefully, again, I wish all these games success, and their success won't take away from Earth 2 success. It's just going to be, instead of Earth 2 having 70% market share, maybe that's 69% market share. Comment nice down below for the 69 reference. Lynn X says, also less than 50% of the population in Ghana is on the internet. Oh yeah, so your pick, that no wonder. There's 2 major reasons why Ghana is not investing. Because they're poor as fudge, and because they don't have internet. We have to wait for them to go from third country to, we have to wait for them to, for other companies to invest in Ghana. Because they're making $2 a day and they speak English. I guarantee you there's a lot of these companies that are in the US that will say, hey, we'll give you $3 or $4 a day to do, online marketing or do this or do that. And I guarantee you they do it because, one, they're getting more money what they were, and this way more money gets into the country. So I would much rather that happen. That needs to happen. That's actually, I can actually talk to a couple people about that. That could be very good. As long as their English is good. Kurt105 says, is Aria's in? I'm taking out a loan. Now, that is all super high risk, and I also think the returns are probably not going to be worth it because the returns on Earth 2 are not guaranteed, but it is much safer than it is with, because again, they're first to market. First to market is going to get market share, and they're going to be the ones that people are going to invest in. People are investing in Tesla because they're first to market, also because they're the best company. So maybe that's a bad idea. That's a bad example. But just because Tesla is first to market and they're going to be the most valuable company in the world at some point, doesn't mean that other companies can't come on and take the number 2 or 3 or 4 spot. So maybe Meta Earth gets the number 5 spot in this virtual reality landscape of people being one-to-one Earth. Maybe they do, and if they do, yeah, you'll get a nice return. But Earth 2 is going to get the biggest, in my opinion, and they're, I think, definitely the most far along as far as developers and people knowing what it is. Oh, and that's it. I am caught up on comments. Whew, thank God. I love you guys. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. After Wolfgang gets off of live, I'm going to make a video about them just reading their comments, reading the answers, and I'll make a video about that. I have to make a video, a bunch of other stuff. I have to pack. I have so much stuff to do. I have to eat. Everyone, let's say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. All right, so let's... Sorry, girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story ends. Too bad that you could. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you, Ray. Thanks for the super chats. I love you all. Goodbye. Meow, meow.